What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first XP earned of the new year 2017. I am your host, as always, Shane Craig, and joining me is the lovely Jessi Craig.
Hello.
Why did you? What was that? Well,
I mean, I kind of don't feel like I need an introduction now that we're like on camera. So, like, you know that I'm here.
But I mean, I got some fuzz on my mic. But I mean, like that. I mean, it'd be weird if we just started talking. If
Not
like
really.
if I just hit record, and then the video came up for people, and we were just already on a topic. Like,
It'd be
that
kind of
seems like
nice
it would
if
be,
we
like,
were.
jarring.
Yeah, no, I think it would be kind of cool because then you'd be like, oh, what are they talking about?
What did I miss?
We missed something.
I know. I just clicked on the video and I just saw it start. But what did we miss? It would just look like I'm really bad at editing. Is what it would be. Which I mean, maybe a little bit. So we thought for a long time about what we wanted to do with this video. First and foremost, I want to say goodbye to 2016. I've got some fuzz in my hair, so just fuzz everywhere apparently. Goodbye to 2016. The crappiest year of them all.
It was pretty bad.
Horrible year. I do want to point out that there's no reason to believe 2017 will be any better.
No, I honestly, I think it's gonna top 2016.
So bye to 2016. You terrible year. Pretty good year for gaming, all in all. But
I'm not sure I really agree with that.
Some stuff happened. There's some pretty good games.
I cannot, for the life of me,
That's where we got you.
remember what
What we're gonna
came
do
out.
is we're going to go over, thanks to a list from Steam. Steam released their sort of in tiers the games that they sold the most of. And we're going to kind of go over that list with you. So these are the games that sold the best in 2016 on Steam, which is a pretty good rubric to use, I guess. And we're going to kind of point out the games that we loved from last year and maybe a couple games that we didn't love so much. One in particular that I'm looking greatly forward to just fucking annihilating here shortly. You'll know it when we get to it. So let's jump over to Steam here. What we've got here is their top 100 bestsellers. So they've got, the first group here is Platinum.
Okay, did Fallout 4 come out in 2016?
Fallout 4, now, keep in mind, this is just the bestsellers of 2016.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily
I
games
was
that
like,
came out in
no,
2016.
there's no way that it came out. It came out the year before because it was Game of the Year.
Is that true?
I think I lied. I think Gears of War was
When did Fallout
2015. Here we are.
I don't know when anything happened.
Yeah.
So, November, 2015.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're right.
But it wasn't Game of the Year. I think Gears of War was.
I'm sure someone gave a Game of the Year.
Yeah. It won some awards.
I'm sure someone gave a Game of the Year somewhere.
Yeah.
So immediately, so Fallout 4 sold really well. That's not that surprising though, because it came out late in 2015, and it's gotten a lot of new features.
The DLC came out. It was okay.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm not like wild about it. Nuka World was fun, I guess. You play Fallout 4 to the point you run out of all these objectives. So the idea of DLC was like, oh, awesome.
Yes.
But I'm not so sure that I'm wild about it because Far Harbor is pretty good too. I really like Far Harbor. I like what they're doing. It has like this obviously like a harbor theme to it. Could you guess? But like I already I'm figuring out the plot as I go along. Like they're not like foreshadowing lightly. I'm just like, I know what's gonna happen here.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Fallout 4 wasn't for me. I tried it a couple times and it kept crashing on me, and I got angry and vowed to never play it again. Interesting that The Witcher continues to sell so well. Grand Theft Auto 5 still in the platinum, still just cruising right along. That's just nuts.
And you know
to
what?
me.
Good for them.
I guess.
Good for Rockstar.
It's unbelievable. How many copies has this game sold at this point? Like, who doesn't have Grand Theft Auto 5 that's just now buying it? Who are you?
Just stuck in the past?
If you don't have Grand Theft Auto 5, leave a comment. I'd like to know what someone that doesn't have Grand Theft Auto 5 looks like. Because I can't even imagine who that would be at this point. A child, maybe. Are you a child? Leave a comment if you're a child. Rocket League's up there, which, I mean, yeah, of course. Rocket League is Rocket League, and it's
also in the top 5.
It's fantastic.
So.
Now, I was wondering if this was sequential or not, and I don't know. I don't know if it is. If this is like in order.
I'm gonna guess that it. I don't know. I assume that it is, but you would think that.
I don't know, because they're separated platinum,
know.
gold, et cetera, et cetera. So
Yeah.
I don't really know. No Man's Sky's up there in the platinums. It's interesting to me.
Yeah.
For all the shit it got, guess what, guys? You still bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you may hate it, but you still paid them $60. So good on you, I guess.
It's like storming outside.
Yeah, it just started pouring down rain.
Nice.
The Division, I've heard a lot of good things about.
Mhm.
Counter-Strike Go continues to sell. Granted, it's a $15 game, like it's like Rocket League. It's a lot cheaper, so that doesn't really surprise me. Dark
Dark
Souls 3,
Souls,
man,
yeah.
they've got a diehard fan base that just eat those
Yeah.
games up.
Mhm.
That surprises me that it's that high up.
I don't know. It's not that
Civ
surprising
6.
to me. It's such a unique game. Of course, it's going to have a pretty huge following. So,
Dota, XCOM, not really Total War.
and
Warhammer,
honestly,
not
like
a
I
big
know
surprise
that, like you're not really into Dark Souls or anything,
Mhm.
but like it's a really pretty game.
there. Yeah, I mean,
They
I
make
never really. Put,
I think that they make pretty games.
I never really put a lot of time into it. I don't. My thing, as I've said before, is that I don't really need a game to like.
Punish you.
I like challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge is fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just never really put a lot of time. I played one of the original ones. I think it might have been the original. For like 15 minutes. But it was
Yeah.
in the middle of a time when there were so many games coming out. I just did not have time.
I think the last one I played may have been like 2. Is that right?
'Cause it was a Demon Souls first, right?
Yeah, Demon
Then Dark
Souls, and then
Souls.
Dark Souls, and then Dark Souls
2 and
2.
3.
No, maybe it was probably just Dark Souls. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it handed my ass back to me, and
Here's
very
your ass. So this is now
Wrote me a new
we're
butthole.
into the we're into the gold. Wow, we're into the gold ranking now. It's odd to me that Team Fortress 2, because this is based on gross sellers. This is based on revenue. So Team Fortress 2, free to play in the golds. Warframe is up there. Which is
I
another
would
free to
never
play.
have thought it would have been that high.
It's way up there for revenue.
Yeah.
They're doing really, really well. I like to immediately point out Rainbow Six Siege.
Mhm.
Going strong. Game came out in 2015, December. And it is continuing to improve and get better and better. I fucking love Rainbow Six Siege. I'm still buying characters. I'm still playing it like multiple times a week. It's so good. Arma 3 is still in there. That game came out so long ago and it's still selling. It's weird, these evergreen titles. Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm glad it did well.
Yeah, I mean that's one that like I actually played. I mean, there are parts of that game that I loved, but overall, I mean, it's pretty sadly unforgettable just for me.
It's sadly unforgettable.
No, I'm sorry. Totally forgettable.
Okay, because that's the opposite of what you're saying.
Wow.
It's a good game, but it's just
I'm
too
so sad.
unforgettable.
I'm sad. It was so good. I'll never.
The problem with Tomb Raider is that when you go to sleep, you can't. It's just there, and you can't get it out of your mind. And then you're at work, and you're trying to do your job, and you're like, Tomb Raider. It's unforgettable. Sadly, it infects your brain like a tumor. Like a tumor.
I finished it and I was like, I want more. But then, I went back to go like complete it, and I kind of I left it there. Like I started playing some of the DLC and then I walked away from it and I never picked it back up again. So
Yeah, I don't know. They just don't do much for me. I know a lot of people that love those games and they probably think I'm crazy.
Well, no, it was a really good game, but I just feel like it was so different from the reboot that I had like a hard time like believing that it was the same character. It wasn't bad, and in fact, I think the acting got a little bit better. But here's the thing: she always sounds like she's about to cry. I can't remember her name.
Laura?
No, the woman who plays her.
Okay.
The actress, she has, I mean, it's just like one style.
Okay.
Jonah was awesome in it. Love Jonah. But I'm getting sick of Lara Croft.
Well, that's
Like,
a problem because she's kind of
yeah.
a titular character.
Well, because I'm ready. Like, we saw her be, kind of broken and sad and, like, not able to take care of herself already. Like, this is the rise of the Tomb Raider. Like, we saw her, become who she was. And then the second game was just more of the whole, like the whole
It's a lot
time.
of whimpering.
And I'm just like, stop it. Like,
Quit
you're
your-
shooting people
your
in the face.
Quit your damn whimpering. Laura.
God.
No. I just bought Stardew Valley a couple days ago and I played it for about 30 minutes, and it makes me nervous because
Why?
it dropped me into a world in front of a farm with like a big mess to clean up, and my OCD immediately kicked in. I was like, oh dear, oh no, this is bad. I have to clean all this up.
Is it like Harvest Moon?
Yeah. It's like, if you ever played Animal Crossing and then you didn't play Animal Crossing for a long time and you came back and your town's like gone to shit and you have to, I don't know if you're like me or not, but you got to walk up and down for your whole town and pick all the grass.
Yep.
Because that's just a thing that I have to do. I have to like mow the whole town.
So are you saying that these games are aimed specifically at people who might have like compulsive disorders?
Some sort of compulsive disorder. I don't know what it is that like these games that I'm like, in real life, if someone said, here's a field to clean up, I'd be like, I don't know. I'm not sure about this. But in a game, I'm like, oh, menial labor? Sure, I'm down. I'll never not do this.
You spend like 30 minutes to an hour like picking every single apple and taking it to that damn raccoon store.
The damn raccoon. Yeah.
Nook.
I gotta get back. I'm gonna give it a shake because it looks like it's built for me, but it does make me a little bit nervous.
I haven't started playing it. I almost did. But then, I don't know, I think I got distracted by something. But just immediately, like, just the music just totally gave me that Harvest Moon vibe, which I spent years playing. I think the last one I played was on GameCube. It was A Wonderful Life. Oh, man, I wasted so much time on that game.
Yeah, that's really all it is. You could be making an actual farm in the amount of time we spend.
Yeah.
That
is so true.
Quickly now, I want to sidestep a little bit and point out a game here that is called Ark. And I bought it on the PlayStation 4 after many of my friends, people who I thought were my friends.
People you trusted.
No, I'm not so sure. They recommended this game to me, told me that, oh, it's like Rust but dinosaurs, and like we're all spending so much time playing it, and it's great, and you're really gonna love it, like it's awesome. And they're telling me about all their dinosaur adventures, and I'm like, oh, this sounds like fun. You know, I like dinosaurs. You know, gotta get those allosaurs and you know, T-Rexes and all that shit.
Do they have any
a terror bird?
Of what's a dinosaur? I know Brontosaurus.
I haven't seen one in my hour of playing this piece of shit game.
Those are the ones with like the bumps on their head, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, they like always remind me of like the Jersey Shore girls because they had that like big like bump, beehive bump. So yeah. Anyways.
So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna play play some footage. Let it speak for itself. This is the PlayStation 4 version, which is $54 fucking dollars.
Woo.
Okay. As you'll notice here, that's not what hands look like.
Oh my gosh.
I feel the need to roll
you
back
need to
here.
rewind that because that was not a hand.
So, yeah, that's not what hands look like. So, I want to point out here, this is captured directly from the PS4.
Oh
so
my God.
as you're seeing tearing or any of these issues, just understand that
Just
this
pops
is
up.
just what it looks like. Okay?
Look at that arm.
Look at that beautiful, beautiful. All this screen tearing, this was just captured. This is what it looked like for me trying to play it. This game runs at sub HD, which, I mean, is just so bad. It's so ugly. This would be an ugly PlayStation 3 game. So, as you see here, I'm walking along. Just some grass just sort of despawns. It's just not there anymore. So, that was odd. Frame rate just chugging. I mean, like, it can't keep a stable frame rate doing literally anything.
Yeah, like, if you don't turn, like, it's not that bad, but, like...
Oh, if you just walk straight, you're pretty okay. But as soon as you try and, like, move or do anything, it's like, whoa. So here, I'm putting the settings back to basically stock. And this is what it looks like now. It's just nauseating. The motion blur is so low quality.
Yeah, it's really bad. Whoa.
The frame rate just keeps tanking. You're at best you're in the 20 to 25 frames a second range. At worst you're in the teens, which is, and I'm not like usually like a frame rate snob, but that's unacceptable. That's horrific. So here in a second, I decided to try and, because if you play with the settings, if you turn off, if you make sure you're not in detailed mode, and if you turn off VSync to adaptive, and you turn off motion blur, it performs better. You can get into the 25 to 30 frames a second, which is what I'm about to do here. And it's better, but it's still really, really not good.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it really is nauseating every time you turn. It's just, ugh.
The motion blur is just really, really low quality. So there, I turn off those last two things, and now like it's not quite as nausea inducing, but you still get now you get even more screen tearing, and there, I mean, again, just the frame it just stops for a minute. You're just like walking, and you just so this is I literally just turned on the game and just started running around. Okay, I didn't try to find a way to make the game look worse than it was. There was a good example of me just sort of teleporting backwards. Yeah. That was some netcode issues of some sort.
So, like, here's the thing, though. Like, it looks better on our screen than it does, like, on the TV.
Here's why. Keep this in mind. I was playing it on a 50-inch TV that's running at 680p for this game. Okay, on this little screen that we're watching on our viewfinder, it's shrunk way down, so it's going to look better because it's low resolution. If you're watching it on a TV, blow it up, and it's going to look like ass, and that's what it looked like. So this is the point here that just sort of broke my mind. I see a dinosaur, and I think, well, what are you doing, Rust, besides punching a dinosaur in the butt? So here we go. Let's punch a dinosaur in the butt. So I start punching him in the butt. The game literally just stops, and then he's gone. He's just gone. There's no more dinosaur. So I don't have much to say about Ark other than maybe the PC version's like way better, but like the PS4 version, it's the ugliest PS4 game I have ever seen. It runs worse than any PS4 game I've ever seen. It would look bad and perform badly if it were a PS3 game. You can go back and look at something like Red Dead Redemption, like you mentioned. Yeah. It is an open world game.
Well, just because it had similar, and
it looks
similar foliage and color scheme and whatnot, and it still looks
better than
just,
that.
Way better.
Piece of shit. So, anyways, I hate Ark. That game's terrible. It is not Rust with dinosaurs. It's Rust with dinosaurs, and then with the quality settings turned lower than they can actually go, and then if you could somehow make your frame rate be unbearably low.
So, like, it's crazy to me that so many people are wild about this game.
How is it that ugly and the frame rate's that bad? How both? Like, one or the other I'd get. Like, if it was real ugly but the frame rate was good, I'd be like, well, okay, well, they're aiming for frame rate. But how is it both? How is that $55? Like, I don't even understand. Okay, we're going to move on. So down into the silvers, we're getting kind of into the nitty gritty. There's Rust, which I do think is actually quite a fun game.
Dying Light the Following, pretty freaking good. In fact, every time I see anything about Dying Light, it makes me immediately want to go back and play it.
Yeah, really fun game. And it came out at a really good time for everybody that was just getting these new systems. And then the DLC was really solid, too.
God, it was so good. Oh, I love them.
Watch Dogs 2 crept up in there late in the year, which is pretty impressive. Far Cry Primal, which is kind of like a weird one-off, did better than I think anybody expected. Skyrim, that's not the remaster. That's the OG.
It's still just selling copies.
Around, what was that, 2011?
10, I think. No. It was 11 because I graduated that year and spent all of my time playing it.
And then finally down into the bronze.
I hear a lot about Terraria.
Yeah, I do too. I know a lot of people that play it.
I have no interest in playing it.
I thought about getting DayZ several times. It looks like something that's up my alley.
I need to know about this farming simulator and also the Euro Truck because
Euro Truck Simulator 2.
People are digging that.
I don't know. What do you think about Rim World? I hear it's a whole world of rims.
I don't want to go down that road.
I don't know about that Rim World. I don't know. I honestly don't know what Rim World's about. Couldn't tell you. It's a sci-fi colony, apparently.
Don't Starve Together. I bet that one.
Yeah,
Don't Starve was great. It was so weird and so perfect the time that it came out too with the PS4 and also being on Vita.
We'll do a call out for The Forest. Forest is awesome. That's one that I need to go back and see what's changed in it as well because it was really, really cool. It's a survival simulator with the horrible mutants. I have a vivid memory of going into a cave with a friend and I hear him. He's off to the side. I have torches and it's very dark. And he's off to the side and I hear him start yelling. He's like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "What is it?" So I run over, and he's like, "There are babies." I'm like, "What do you mean there are babies?"
What?
So I go around the corner, and there are like little mutant babies crawling at him. I just walk around the corner, and he's just beating them, just beating these babies with his torch, just like ah. And I was like,
Oh
what?
my
I was
God.
like, what the fuck? What? What is this game?
I don't think you ever told me about that.
Goddamn mutant babies. And then I
Ugh.
was like, the mom's around, and she's gonna be pissed. He just beat all her babies to death. Most moms aren't into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? She was, and we gangbanged her. Got on both sides of her and just let her have it, just like her babies. Fun game.
I don't know about that.
Firewatch. Firewatch was a good one. Again, Left 4 Dead 2, just trucking along, and Borderlands 2. Like, how are these games still selling so well?
Well, see, here's the thing: is I think that they had some really big sales because I saw The Sims 3 up there, and the only reason that I bought it again was just because it was on sale. So I think that that's what's happening is that they definitely had some kind of discount or something, and were selling them. So yep.
In the vein of what we're talking about here, not necessarily games that came out in 2016, but games that did well in 2016, do you have something in mind that you would say was the game you loved the most in 2016? I don't know why I did this. Like, what does that signify? Like a circle. The game you loved the most. What was I trying to do? I don't know. Like a year? Like a year?
I really don't know. I liked Overcooked.
Overcooked is one that,
you know what?
for sure.
I do know. I know the one that just hooked me the most was Salt.
Salt and Sanctuary?
Salt and Sanctuary. I could not think of what it was called.
It goes back to early on in the year, if I'm not mistaken.
And we didn't continue playing. I played a little bit by myself, but it's not the same when you don't have like a companion, which I don't think it was geared towards cooperative. It just had it there.
But
if it
worked.
was,
it worked though.
It would have been like if it were easier to do co-op. If it were just a multiplayer game,
right?
It would be kick ass.
Yeah, I kind of tend to
Like,
agree. It was made by 2 people.
Yeah.
Which is really, really impressive because that game.
There's like no story.
Yeah,
not any written story. Let's put it that way.
If for those who don't know, it's basically a hand-drawn art style, 2-dimensional side-scrolling Dark Souls.
Yeah, it's just everything about that game from,
Everything felt good.
The music, the characters, like the way that they were drawn, the art style,
like
the color scheme. Oh yeah, like you would go off and start yeah.
Metal.
Yeah, you would have that oh my god, I want to play it again.
Yeah, it's a really good
love
game.
that game. What I wanted to what I was hoping was going to come out was what is it, Church in the Darkness?
Should be,
because we had talked to like
next year.
Richard Rouse, and I'm so ready for that game.
That game looks right up my alley. Isometric, top down, kind of,
Enter the Gungeon was fun
and shit like that. Yeah, like I'm all about that. Gungeon was a high point for me.
Difficult,
but
that
fun.
may be why I had a hard time playing it because I would just go in and
if I had
die
one complaint about Gungeon, it's that I kind of feel like
it was too hard to get health pickups.
No,
that was my complaint.
There's no sense of progression. I think that Rogue Legacy kind of ruined Gungeon for me in that it's similar, except the only difference is that in Rogue Legacy you're building up ability, you're building up stats and you're progressing, whereas in Gungeon it's just do it again.
Yeah, it's do it again and do it right.
Yeah, which I mean, it's still really good. And
it's
all
a
the
fun world and it's great and everything. It's not really my kind of game. I wouldn't play it by myself. I just wouldn't because it's not my style. But yeah, it was just kind of I don't want to say cute because like it's I don't want it to be like insulting, but not that it's a bad thing to be
a
cute.
Shotgun shell would walk up and shoot you.
Yeah, but I mean it was
hilarious.
I mean just very unique.
Very. I think if I had to pick a game, either one of my favorite games from this year came out in 2016. My two most played, most enjoyed. Really, I guess there are 3, but I'd narrow it down. Battlefield 1 came out this year, and I played it a lot, liked it a lot. Rainbow Six Siege was 2015, but I played it a crap load this year. And I just kind of got back into it again, and I'm remembering, like, yeah, okay, this game is immaculate, and it's gotten so much better. And then Rocket League continues to be. I mean, I can get online and play like Battlefield, Rainbow Six. Maybe I'm not feeling it. Maybe I'm not playing real well or whatever. and then I can always be like, just go play Rocket League.
Yeah.
And jump over there, and it's fun.
Like the
It's
majority
fun.
of the time, you guys end up playing that anyways.
Rocket League is in in the cycle every time. We may do Battlefield, or may do whatever, but we're gonna play Rocket League by the end of the night, and it's gonna be fun every single time.
Before we end this, did Battlefront come out this year? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Battlefront was really good too.
Did it come out this year or last
year?
year? Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, obviously it wasn't this year. It's 2017. Get your shit together, Jessi. That one I feel like it just kind of faded out.
It did, and there's nothing wrong with that game. There's no real reason.
No, it was really
happened.
beautiful.
I think it just kind of got overwhelmed by a lot of other games that came out and kind of got pushed out the back.
I played. Of course, I went into my backlog and I played a lot of games. I still can't get over Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I just think that's a great game. People have really overlooked that one.
Oh, speaking of overlooked games, if you have a PlayStation and PlayStation Plus, Titan Souls is free for you for the month of January. Go download Titan Souls. Titan Souls was probably my favorite game from 2015. It is amazing. It is
Shadow of the Colossus
plus Zelda, like the original Zelda, and it is
just perfect.
Immaculate. I adore that game. That game is just, it's damn near perfect.
I think that one hooked you. I think that one was
perfect. It fits. It's difficult, not impossible. You just have to be smart, and you have to be able to just do it right.
Wasn't it like one shot? Was it one shot kills,
you die
or was
in
it
one hit, and the bosses die in one hit, and the only thing you fight are bosses, and they will kick your ass in a hurry.
Yep.
You just got to know what you're doing. You just got to study them, learn what their weak point is, where to shoot them. You have a bow and arrow, and you have one arrow. You shoot your arrow, and then you can go whoop, and it comes back to you. And you shoot it again. So sometimes it involves shooting past the enemy, and then whoop, bring the arrow back in, and hitting him from behind. And it's every time you kill a boss, you feel like
spectacular.
You feel like a boss. You're like, yes.
You become the boss.
It's so good because it's so hard, but it's there's no tricks. It's not like, oh, this boss is hard because we gave him a lot of health. Like, no, he can kill you just the same as you can kill him. You just gotta figure it out and execute. It's superb. So I wanted to mention that. So I think that's kind of a good little rundown for 2016, the year that just would not end and would not stop taking
people that we loved
from the 80s from us, and also other Trumpy things. So that's what we thought. We'd love to hear what you guys kind of thought were the standouts from 2016 games that really got you hooked. If you want to share those opinions, please feel free to do so in the comments below. If you liked the video, please click like, tell your friends, all that good stuff. Click the subscribe button. We're still trying to build up. If you didn't like the video, give us a thumbs down. Give us, an explanation for what you didn't like, how we can improve. We would love to hear that as well because we want to get better. So with that being said, I think we're done. So until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.